Hey, happy day. There's a political cartoon the other day that I saw in Oregon. And it's with regards, of course, to the election that's coming up in November. And the governor there, she's got to go. She's a bad left-wing, wonky person. She's not even left-wing anymore. I don't know. I say that. I don't know what you'd call her. She ain't a liberal. She's far past that. In any event, this political cartoon, it was cute. There was a picture of a man snorting cocaine. There's this huge pile of white powder, and through a straw he was snorting it, and the caption came up and said, "What's illegal?" And of course it's a plastic straw. It's come to this. Hey, gosh sakes. I was in Sioux Falls, South Dakota yesterday, and I got off the plane, and it was the second day of pheasant season, and a guy that met me came running up and said, "Hey, did you bring your shotgun?" I'm a shooter. I shoot all the time, but I've never hunted. I just don't like to hunt. I don't know why. Never tried it. But he said, "Did you bring your shotgun?" He said, "We're going to go out to this place and shoot pheasants, and the governor is there, Kristi Noem, and you can meet her." And I said, "Well, I've already done that, but thank you." But no, I didn't bring my shotgun. But anyway, Sioux Falls, beautiful place in South Dakota, beautiful place. Kind of felt weather-wise and people-wise, kind of felt like I was in Alberta. Hey, now you got teens in Britain, and they're coming to a country near you because they're getting organized, and they're taking milk. They're going into stores, a whole bunch of them, and it's like this surround stuff, right? And they grab milk and they pour it out on the floor. There's videos of this happening. Of course, the first thing that comes to my mind is, where's the store owner? You come up with something stronger than a milk carton and you pound them over the head. I mean, how dare they? They're wrecking your property. And in all the videos that I've seen, the store owners are standing back and they're watching this. Really? Is it really come to that with regards to this? I mean, defend your bloody property, get out there and smack somebody, do something. I mean, maybe they phoned the police. In one video they did. The police came and watched them pour the milk out and said to the owner, "Really, you better get some cleanup stuff." Really? Good grief. And they're doing that because they say that farming is bad. We shouldn't farm anymore because 11% of, in the US particularly, 11% of all of the emissions, greenhouse emissions, come from farming. So let's get rid of that. What are we going to eat? Nobody thinks about that because they don't think. That'd kind of be a big issue. But let's look at some other numbers. You got electricity. That's 25% of all the emissions. So let's cut off all the power. Then you have industry. Industry. They make shoes and jackets and coats and all that kind of fun stuff. And that's 25%. Let's get rid of that. Transportation, 27%. But then if you really broke it down and removed all of that stuff and just talked about people, guess what? You'd have a really big problem. You got 8 billion people. I think you want to get it down to a couple of 100,000. This is such stupid talk that I don't even know how come we're having it. Well, I do. It's because of people pouring milk out in the streets. And again, they're coming to all these different stores and they're making it happen. They're organized. They should be put in jail fast, or better yet, somebody needs to defend their property. Heck with the police, heck with the court. Somebody comes in and starts doing that to your stuff. Deal with it. And if you can't, go get somebody who can. Hey, there's that's not revolution talk. That's talking about what's right versus what's wrong. You have to stop these people because if you don't, they continue to do what they do. The power grid, it's for our homes, it's for our places of business. We need power for refrigerators, toasters, computers, radios, and so many other things, right? And now we have this policy that so many people are working towards and with regards to getting rid of that. And so they want electric cars. The grid can't handle it. So why wouldn't we stick with a car with gasoline? Because it's not cheaper. It is at the moment, but the taxes are going to go through the bloody roof with regards to electric cars, but we're going to sacrifice the toasters and cooking beans and all of that stuff because electric cars, because the grid can't handle it. And the oil business is fine. The oil business has come a long way. It's not dirty oil anymore. It's been cleaned up. The environment's okay. Look at the percentages and all the rest of it, and these clowns are wrecking the world. Hey, they found a circus and they're in it. Then you have Canada and the Canadian government there, the administration, of course, they're just totally wacky. And they're saying, if we play our cards right, we're going to grow 250,000 jobs with electric cars, and we're going to have $48 billion in GDP. Well, hold it. Break that down. 250,000 jobs, but how many jobs are they taking away from the oil industry? A lot more than that. So they only tell you the one side. That's what liberals do. We're going to create 250,000 jobs because we're going to lose 500,000 jobs, or whatever that number is. That's not accurate stuff. It's phony, and the people that are saying it, they're phony too. Then you got, in California, you got the guy there, I think him and Trudeau must be cousins because they're both wacky, and he says, you know what? if people want to transition from a gender to another gender, and of course he believes there's over 40 genders, okay, then it's okay. So he's passed a law now that says any gender-confused children from other states too, they can come to California for transitional purposes and their parents have no rights. They can't come after them because if they do, we'll stop them because this is our rule. You know, I wonder about all of this gender stuff. You have people like Biden, he's almost 80 years old, Pelosi, she's 80 something. You got all these old people that, what happened? Is it magic? Did Mars shoot something down on all of these people? Because for all of their lives, mostly, they believed that there was a man and a woman. They used those words, right? The wordage was simple, life was simple, and then all of a sudden you have all these liberals, and none of them push back. They say, we have all these different genders. Where did that come from? I mean, what kind of power is there? They can zap that into people. Common sense, I mean, good sense ain't common, we know that. But I marvel, I stutter, because I'm trying to piece it together and say, how did it happen? Like in the last couple of years, it's not only happened to these people, the older people that should know better, but to their followers who all of a sudden embrace it. The sheep thing is a scary thing, you know, the Pied Piper, you know, and they all follow, and that's what's happened with the gender. You don't have to be a genius to figure this out. I mean, take a man and a woman, take the clothes up and look in the mirror, and guess what? Everybody's different. But then they want to bring 40 people up and have bigger mirrors. Stupid stuff. Hey, y'all, come back. The purpose of all this ramble, of course, is so you go, use your own wordage, package, and talk to other people as well, because maybe we can save the world, because it's on a trip that ain't pretty. So it's up to us to kind of talk it down. It's kind of like somebody's got to jump off and commit suicide. You try to talk them down. And often it works. And that's what we have to do here, because these liberals are talking everything up. It doesn't make any sense. Hey, goodbye.